son. Get the fuck out.
Hello. Welcome in. You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of The Swarm. We are here for our sports episode of the week. Not a ton there always is a bunch of stuff going on in sports, but not a ton of like major things going on in sports. So this might be a shorter episode than you've gotten, but we're here. We're going to take a whip around the world of sports because, I think oddly enough, at least for me and you, but I think I'm going to be honest, for a lot of sports fans this week, when it comes to sports, the most exciting thing happening is on the video game side of sports, as by the time you are all watching this, for anybody who did their pre-orders, EA Sports College Football 26 has been released. Me and CJ probably haven't left our rooms.
No. We might be single as well and packing our things.
Yes, our ladies might have left us. I might not have a job anymore. I don't even know. But there's a good chance that me and CJ have not left our PlayStations. Do you have Xbox or PlayStation?
Xbox. I have both, but I play Xbox.
Okay, so we have not left our consoles since the game was released. It'll be live at noon Eastern time on Monday. So,
and we should be frank with everybody. We are literally recording this 24 hours before we usually do.
Yes, we usually record Monday afternoons. We decided, hey, there's nothing major going on. We're doing it Sunday evening so we can just get home tomorrow, and once it's available, play it.
Correct.
Play it. That's how dedicated
we're both grown men in our 30s, by the way, in case anybody was wondering.
Yes, that's how listen, I tried to take the whole week off, but I couldn't because it's a new job for me.
Yeah, you just got,
I have Thursday through Sunday off, and the main reason I have that off is so I can play college football like 14 times. Well, Saturday's a wrestling day and Sunday night. But all day Saturday will be dedicated to wrestling. That's why I took that. That's the real reason I took the weekend off. But all day Thursday, besides the wrestling shows I have to do, I'm playing college football. All day and night Friday, I'm playing college football. And then before Evolution on Sunday, all day.
Just beautiful, really.
And when I'm not gonna be at work or doing this type of work, every spare moment that my eyes are open, it's college football for like the next 2 months.
And like we mentioned, you're going to be absolutely useless at work tomorrow.
I'm not going to give one single shit about anything that is occurring.
Yeah.
About anything that is occurring tomorrow at work. It's going to be incredible.
I'm not working tomorrow.
Bless you. I should have. Like I said, I tried to get the whole week off.
Listen, it was needed.
I tried.
It was needed.
Listen, we're all right. I am pumped, though. I am very pumped.
I haven't been able to focus on anything today.
I've read all the deep dives. I've watched all the YouTube videos.
Yeah, the creators got the game early, so they're starting to put out videos now.
Yeah, they're starting to put out videos. I'm like, okay. Next year, I'm going to be one of those people that are getting these videos.
Hey, the Hive gets a little bit of copies. Who knows?
Listen.
A couple copies?
Listen, it's not official or anything like that, but a little birdie told me that the Hive University might be happening.
Oh, shit. We did tease that last week.
So, I know you and I were talking about doing like some sort of online dynasty thing or something like that, which I'm all in for.
Oh yeah.
But I think I've pitched it. I think it'll go, so maybe a spoiler alert here.
Talk to Dad.
I mentioned it to him. He was in. Right. So it's going to be on me because I'm going to have to edit these videos and I don't know how to edit. So I think I'm going to have a little bit of fun. I think the Hive University is going to be created and we are going to be recording a dynasty of the Hive University, and I'm going to use that to learn how to edit videos. So the first couple videos might be god-awful. They might be god-awful because I don't know how to edit at all. At all.
I can't help you with that either.
Yes. But we're going to try, damn it. We're going to try, damn it. But yes, be on the lookout. The Hive University taking over. We're going to be a one-star school.
Where do you find that, JPJ? If it's not on the Hive's main channel, which the videos will be, but if you want to watch it happen in real time, where can you go for that?
At JPJ Loves Gaming on all social media platforms, but over on Twitch, We'll be doing a little bit of the Hive. I'm going to make the Road to Glory we're going to be doing. We're also going to be doing like a dynasty with like an actual team. I'm going to spin a wheel, CJ. I'm going to spin a wheel.
You should put like only 3 stars and under or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find 3 or 2 stars or under wheels, and I'm just going to spin it, and whoever we land on, that's what we're doing. That's the dynasty.
One thing they did add is I love the discrepancy of overalls this year. So like last year, the awful teams were like 75 rated. Now they're like 58 and shit, which is good. When Delaware is playing LSU, they should
lose by 50,
67-0.
Yes,
what it should be. It shouldn't be like, oh, Delaware lost 20-17 like it was last year. No.
And the one thing that I appreciate, and it's going to be a pain in the ass, and I'm going to be frustrated as fuck.
Oh yeah.
But one thing I appreciate is if you pick a 1 or 2 star school, it's going to be significantly harder to build that. Last year,
you could win a championship in the second year.
Yeah, that first year sucked because you were just awful. But with your recruiting the way it was, you could be a competitive school the next season. Literally, the next year.
There were so many 4 and 5 star kids that never got recruited in that game for some reason.
Yeah. So now it's going to be like if you're picking a 1 star school, it's going to take you maybe a handful of years to actually.
That also, the recruiting is a lot better, but it also, like I said, those schools are now 20 overalls lower than they were last year too.
Yes.
So it's actually going to be,
and it's going to force you to play out of your, like you're going to have to play well to you're literally going to have to recruit well, coach well, and play well. Because if you don't, the only way recruits are going to end up going to your school, like you said, there were a lot of 4-star recruits that just weren't getting. I'm sorry,
LSU, Alabama, Georgia's had no interest in them.
No, and even if they weren't interested in him, like UAB,
right, like the bigger lower schools,
UCF, none of these teams would want to. Are you kidding me? BC, UNC, what do you get out of that guy? Would never make it to me at fucking University of Louisiana Monroe. I would never get that guy on my couch once. Never.
Well,
to talk to recruit to him.
If you were Monroe last year, you shouldn't want a 4-star quarterback because General Booty was their quarterback.
Well, that is true. And
you can't
General Booty.
That's ridiculous if you try to replace him.
Have you seen more of these names that are circulating in the college ranks?
I sure have. There's some we cannot.
A few of them I can't say. A few of them I can't say.
This will be our last podcast if we said them.
Yeah. But look, Googs it. If you're watching this, Googs it. Just type in college football player first name Noah.
Yeah,
it'll pop up.
Last name.
It'll pop up. It'll pop up. You know, and then you'll know why we can't say.
These commentators are praying to God they don't get scheduled that game to commentate.
What are you gonna? That's my thing.
Yeah.
So let's say you and I were like college football commentators, and that guy was on our team, or they were coming into town, and he makes a play. What are we supposed to do? Because it would be our job to say his name.
What if he scores a game-winning touchdown?
Yeah, what are we supposed to do? And we're not talking about Joe Hendry.
We're not.
But, like, what are we supposed to do? Because you have to say his name, but there's no way to avoid running into a problem.
You say it wrong on purpose? But even if you say, hold on, we won't say that, but if you pronounce the first letter first, you would still have to say the second part. That's not how it sounds.
Yes.
There's no avoiding it.
But I think it's not.
It's how that's how you're supposed to say it.
But I don't think it's not it's a E, like it's a different.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
It's
still touchy. Yeah. It's still touchy.
Wait, is he gonna be in the game?
Yeah, I think maybe.
Let me see.
That's a problem. But yeah, General Booty, that's a good one.
Yep. I gotta see real quick if he's Eastern Michigan, I think. That definitely is in the game.
I think so. I think he's a Michigan school for sure.
It's Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, that's a tough one. What are you supposed to do? I'm
interested to see how. Okay, he is confirmed on the roster in the game.
I mean, all right.
I will. Am I going to play with Eastern Michigan the first game? I want to see. I'm not even being like a dickhead. I want to see how they say it. Like actually.
They probably don't.
They just say Noah.
They probably just don't say his name. They probably
number
just say the safety. Yeah, safety.
Yeah.
Or whatever he is. My God.
Yeah, we're a little excited as you can tell. We spent the first 10 minutes of this talking about it.
I mean, we have the time because there's really not much going on.
Nope.
As we recorded this, the in soccer, I know you're a big soccer guy, and I know I like soccer as well. The USA just lost the final of the Gold Cup to Mexico, which every time we play Mexico, we lose most of the time. So not a shocker.
And
But
the US scored in the 4th minute as well. And,
yeah, there was 1-0. They scored real early. It was like, holy shit, what are we gonna do this? And Mexico was like, no. But a good run again. In the CONCACAF, it's not like you're playing prime talent.
No, but it was the U.S. was
a good
looking
run
leading into the tournament.
Yeah,
they were
played
losing
well.
a team the country's never heard of.
Yeah, so they got a new coach, right? The U.S. like an Italian.
Yeah, Pochettino. No, yeah, he's Argentinian. Sounds Italian. Pochettino definitely sounds Italian, but he's like a big time coach with a lot of pedigree. He's coached at like PSG, who just won the Champions League.
Yeah,
he was the former coach of that team. Tottenham Hotspur in England, known as Spurs, I guess. Yeah, so he's coached like some of the top 10, 15 clubs in the world size wise.
Hell yeah.
So, yeah.
We love it. We love it. I'm looking at other crazy.
Real quick though,
college football names.
That could be a 3-hour podcast,
dude. It's wild.
During the the tying goal for Mexico was scored by Raul Jimenez, who plays for Wolverhampton, known as Wolves in England, who is a former teammate of Diogo Jota, who unfortunately passed away. I'm full-blooded Portuguese. Both my parents and grandparents were born in Portugal, for those that don't know. So that was very sad, obviously. And even if he wasn't, if he was, Mexican,
and his brother as well, his younger brother as well,
brother
right?
Andre Silva, who played in the 2nd Portuguese division of football, or soccer.
And that was a car. It was a car accident. Yeah,
Lambo. One of the tires were loose and it just veered off the road. Obviously sad, but I mentioned that obviously, one because I'm Portuguese, and again, he could have been Egyptian or whatever, and it doesn't matter. It's man lost his life with his brother, but the guy that scored, Raul Jimenez, was a teammate of his at Wolves, and he actually had a Diogo Jota jersey and held it up to the camera after he scored. So that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, super sad. Obviously,
it's a shame.
And, he won the Premier League with Liverpool, the Nations League with Portugal, as we mentioned on this a couple weeks ago, and got married all within a month span.
Yeah.
And then
terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible tragedy. And it's it's the second. Before last hockey season, we had the Gaudreau brothers.
Johnny and I forgot his brother's name.
Yeah, they passed away getting hit by and it's just like, all tragedies are terrible. But it's brothers, and they're so young and they're good. It doesn't matter if they're good or not, but you know what I mean? They're talented. This guy was an important player on one of the best teams in the world. He was an important player on one of the best international teams in the world. That, at the end of the day, that doesn't matter, obviously, when you're talking about a life, but still, it's like, it's just terrible. Did you know that there's a wide receiver at the University of Georgia named Nitro Tuggle?
Yeah, I did. Well, I knew Tuggle. I don't think I knew his
Nitro Tuggle.
That's an interesting first name, considering
there's also
Georgia always has the you know about Georgia's whole team getting arrested for DUIs and speeding and stuff?
Oh no, I thought that was Florida back in the day.
No, it's Georgia.
All right, that's good. All right, look, they win national championships, so who gives a shit, right?
Yeah.
Did you know there's an offensive lineman for SMU named King Large?
No, I didn't.
King Large.
Can you see if this guy still plays for Nebraska? His name is DeColdest Crawford.
DeColdest Crawford.
DeColdest.
DeColdest.
Coldest is literally his name.
Yeah, that's the best.
I'm starting to think these parents just do this purposely.
To
make their kid famous.
Well, we're officially like the generation that started naming their kids wild shit. Yeah. The kids are all old now.
Yeah, that's true.
So now you got all these names. King Large. Come on, he's an offensive lineman, so it works.
It's not. It would have been a disaster if he was 4'11" and 84 pounds.
Large.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
All these guys will be in the game, hopefully.
I mean, literally, General Booty. It's a real name. Name of a quarterback, General Booty.
Which we didn't mention is the coaches will be in the game. And have you been watching these videos? The offensive and defensive coordinators are also in the game.
Yes, and I've heard. Yes, go ahead.
Belichick's son is in the game, but he's not because Belichick never lets
Belichick don't.
But Steve Belichick is in the game as their DC.
Yeah, this will be the first Madden where the Patriots will have their actual head coach.
No, they had Gerard Mayo.
Was Mayo on the sideline last year?
There. Okay. Mayo was there.
Because I was going to say, it was NE coach my whole life.
Or Chad Masters is recently.
Chad Masters or NE coach.
Yep, it was just NE coach. Yep.
Because Bill would never. He was like, nope, fuck you.
That hasn't changed either.
Nope. Although they were going to do Hard Knocks before his girl ruined that for him.
I was going to say, I'm surprised she hasn't cut a deal with EA Sports to get him in the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised we never. We started kind of right when all the hullabaloo kind of died down, but we could have done episodes on that whole thing. My God.
At some point this summer, when it's a deader episode time, we might just do like a 2-hour rant episode about random things.
Man, how many wins right now you think the Patriots have right now? If you're picking right now, obviously we'll as the training camp is about a month away, people. A month away.
No one gets hurt. Obviously, we can't predict that. So no one gets hurt the entire season. I'm going 11-6.
Wow.
The schedule is fucking horrendous.
It is. It's the easiest schedule I've ever seen.
I'm very happy with the moves we made, but that is more schedule than our team, the prediction. It is horrific.
I don't know if I can. It is
bad.
I don't know. I had them at 9. I had 9 and 8.
I think that's a bad season.
Maybe 10. No, we've won 4 games the last 2 years.
When your schedule's this bad and you made that many moves.
No, CJ, if we get to 7 games, that is a success.
I'll lose my mind. That's worse than last year.
What were you watching? I know what
this year is worse than 4 last year.
No, it is not.
100%.
What?
It is. Our team, we have an actual football team, an actual coach.
No, first of all, I think you're jumping too much. You have to understand, even with the improvements we made, we still need way more talent.
I told you, I think Drake May's the top 5 quarterback in the league.
I like Drake May, but I have not seen Drake May win football games.
No, Tom Brady's not winning football games on that team last year.
That's not true.
That team is not winning more than 8 games last year.
If Tom Brady, are we talking like current, like 48-year-old Tom Brady?
No. Okay. 39-year-old Tom Brady.
Okay.
Last year in Patriots, 2019 Tom Brady.
2019 Tom Brady with that roster last year, they go 10-7.
No shot. 0%
Dude,
chance. Gerard Mayo is the worst coach I've ever seen.
Brady would be the coach. It wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It wouldn't matter. No.
Yes,
Brady used to wake up out of bed and get 12 wins.
Okay.
And get 12 wins.
He's had a couple of awful supporting casts, I guess, for lack of a better term. But
he made it to the AFC Championship game with Rashay Caldwell as his number 1 wide receiver.
10 times better than Keyshawn Butte.
Okay, that's fine.
So that's already a better supporting cast.
But they went 10-6 and made it to the AFC Championship. He's making the playoffs with that roster.
He also had in the prime best coach of all time on the sideline.
That is true.
The difference between Gerard Mayo and Bill Belichick, oh my God, it is.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm happy we got rid of Bill. That was time for him to go.
Yes, it was.
I would take Bill Belichick in 10 years over Gerard Mayo.
Yeah, I get it. And I fully agree.
Let's get into that.
I fully agree. I'm just saying, Brady, they win double the amount of games they won. Double.
I said they max out at 8. That'd be double.
I think they could go 9. I think they could be 9-8.
No. Brady was not good in 2019, by the way.
Yes, but we still were the number 1 seed or 2 seed in the AFC.
And then got our
AFC.
Our new coach.
We did. And that's fine. That happened before. Baltimore came into town in the early 2000s.
First play of the game, 75.
Yeah, I get it. That happened from time to time. But the bottom line was, even when we had bad seasons, we were the number 2 seed in the AFC with home field. Like it wasn't.
It's not like that, but I'm just saying
it wasn't. Now when we have a bad year, we win 3 games.
No, obviously, but I think when you combine our schedule and the additions we made, I think it's if we had a tougher schedule, I would be saying 8 or 9 wins probably. That schedule is I genuinely we talk.
You don't think that any of those teams are going to be one of the teams that because there's always a few teams that don't make the playoffs that end up making it.
Let me pull this up, bro. We'll do a little bit.
We play literally all the worst teams.
I don't know
we've been bad for 5 years.
Have a schedule like that.
Because we've been murderously bad for 4 years.
Okay. Raiders win. Dolphins. We always lose in Miami. Well, we could have the 2007.
Wait, are you going through the schedule right now?
Oh yeah, I'm going.
All right, fuck it. This is what this episode's turning into.
Yep.
All right, no, take
Raiders
your time with
win.
It. No, well,
Raiders win. This
Raiders is at home or on the road? You got to tell me.
Okay, at New England Patriots. Patriots.
So at home against the Raiders, week 1.
Yep.
I agree. Win.
In Miami. I don't care how bad Miami
Week
is.
2, loss.
We'll never win
it's a loss.
Pittsburgh, win.
Wait, where though?
Here. Oh, there. New England.
I don't know if I can guarantee that's a win. I'll say right now, I would lean win. I don't know.
I'll tell you this: if you go by the spreads, the Patriots. Say the favorite team won every game. The Patriots are 12-5.
They're favored 12 times.
All right, here, that's
not. Why is that happening?
Here. New England at home -3 against the Raiders. I'm going Patriots. I'll do the spread.
-3. I would take the Pats.
We're not taking the spread. I'm just telling you who's the favorite.
I would take the Pats.
Dolphins -2.5 at home. I'm taking the Dolphins.
Yeah, no, that's Patriots, on the road.
Yeah, I said on the road against the Dolphins. Okay. Miami -2 at home. Miami's at home. I'm saying.
Yeah.
Against the Patriots, I'm taking the Dolphins. You as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Patriots -2 at home against the Steelers. Patriots.
So the Patriots are favored.
-2
over the Steelers.
-2.
I mean, I hate the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're my least favorite football team, so I'm obviously not picking them.
I don't know. ESPN's better.
I don't know how the Patriots would be favored over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Because the Steelers are awful.
But they're over 500 every single year, no matter what. And they have Aaron Rodgers now, who's better than not better than Justin Fields, but he's better than Russell Wilson.
Oh yeah, please, yeah.
So
you can say Steelers. I'm going Patriots.
I'm not going to pick the Steelers. I'm not confident in that, but I'll pick the Pats. I'm not confident in that.
So
though.
2-1 right now.
Yeah.
Okay, this is I think we guarantee Patriots -4 at home against Carolina win.
That's a win. Although Carolina got frisky at the end of last year, they turned into they were looking all right.
I don't think we're going to beat any of these teams 35-0, but
yeah.
All right, at Buffalo -9, Buffalo.
Loss -9. Buffalo's.
We're not taking spreads. We're just taking the winner.
Yeah, Buffalo.
Patriots at New Orleans. I will be at this game. Patriots -4. Patriots. That is the same.
New Orleans suck. Yeah, that's not
Tyler Shuck quarterback.
He's 28 years old. That guy.
Patriots -2 at Tennessee. Patriots.
Yeah, Vrabel's going to want to win that one.
So we're at 1-1, 2-1, 3-1, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2 right now. You see, Patriot. Hold on, go ahead.
Yeah, no, it doesn't mean that this is how that's going to go.
But
you don't think we're going to have a bad loss?
Even Vegas is agreeing. We're only through 6 games. We have 11 more.
All right, yeah, let's go.
I think this will be. We agree as well. Patriots -6 at home against Cleveland.
That should be the Patriots.
Yep. No, not this one. Sorry. Patriots -3 at home against Atlanta. Patriots.
I would lean Patriots, but I'm interested to see how Michael Penix is. I think he could be good.
I think by that time we'll know. Obviously, it'll be the 9th game of the season. We'll know how he's doing.
Yeah.
We'll obviously every week we'll take our picks.
This is a month before training camp starts, so this is a very early. We have no idea. You know.
So we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
we're
6,
at 7-2.
7-2. Tampa -3 at home against the Patriots. I'm taking Tampa and Tampa.
I'm taking Tampa. That's a loss.
Patriots -6 at home against the Jets on a Thursday night. Patriots.
We beat the Jets.
So we're at 8-3. Patriots at Bengals. Bengals -5. Cincinnati.
Bengals.
Joe Burrow jersey right now.
Although their defense sucks, and we beat them in Cincinnati last year.
So we'll know more, obviously, but
yeah. I take the Bengals. I take the Bengals.
So what is it?
8-4.
Patriots -3 at home against the Giants on a Monday night. Patriots.
Yeah.
All right. So you see how we're already at 10 wins. We have 5 games left.
Okay, I said they were. I said 9, maybe 10. This is where I'm at.
3 games left. At home against Buffalo, but Buffalo -5. I'm going to take Buffalo. I'm taking the Patriots. I'm taking the Patriots.
We usually do win 1 a year against them, but the Buffalo's too good. I'm going Buffalo.
All right. This is another guaranteed loss. I think at Baltimore -9. Baltimore.
Yeah.
Patriots at the Jets. 1:00 game. Patriots -2 on the road favored.
At the Jets. They have Justin Fields now, right? That's what he is.
I think by that point, though, the Jets will be in quit mode because it'll be the second to last week of the season, and it's their last home game.
Yeah. I would go past there. So I have Patriots 11 wins then. No,
there's one more game.
Okay, because I just picked 2 losses for them.
At home against the Dolphins, Patriots -3. Patriots.
That's the Dolphins game we win.
So you have them at 12-5 too.
No, I have one more loss than you because you picked them.
Because I have 13-4 here, but I just said 12-5, not talking about the schedule. I have them beating the Bills at home. You don't.
I feel like, but from what Yeah, all right. But again,
You can say we're gonna have a loss that we shouldn't, but
yes,
there's also a chance we beat Buffalo that you didn't predict at home, which is a win we shouldn't have theoretically.
That's fair. But
so I think it averages out to 12 wins.
Yeah, look, I just need to, and I told you, I've been very open about it. I think we have a real future star quarterback in Drake May. I feel like, and I understand the coaching was atrocious and there was no, I get it, but I feel like even so, he should have pulled out more than one game last year.
We should have won,
and that concerned me. That concerned me.
I don't disagree with you, but
that's all.
And this is something he can't, and I'll agree, he can't let it happen. Like he can't let it stick as one of his traits. But I think he's not an idiot. He sees how much better he was than everybody on the Patriots offense that he felt like he had to do too much, and he tried to do too much, obviously.
That's fair.
I think once he sees Stephon Diggs out there, Ramondre's healthy, we have Antonio Gibson, we have Trayvon Henderson, we have a potential real offensive line. Everybody in the wide receiver corps has gone down to slot now because Diggs and Hollins are there. If you can get fucking literally anything out of Polk and Baker,
I don't think they make the team.
Neither do I, but I'm just saying they can't be worse. Is my point. And then again, everybody goes down to shot when you have Diggs and Hollins on the roster now. Henry's still there, Hooper's still there. You have a real offensive line, hopefully.
Yeah, the defense, which was even solid last year, still that's going to be really good.
It'll be bona fide top 5 defense. I think
it should be.
There's not one weakness on that defense.
No, it's
especially
very,
with Barmore back as well. Maybe the D tackle depth would have been one if Barmore wasn't available again.
But we drafted that kid from Florida State that everyone was like, how the hell did they get him in the 5th round? But then
you would have only had him and Milton Williams, who Milton Williams has been unbelievable, but he's never been a 90% of the snap starter.
Yeah.
But now Barmore, so he doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
So
listen, let's see how it goes.
You would again between the schedule and the roster. There's a potential. You wouldn't be floored if we won 12 or 13, right? Or would you?
If we won, I would be floored. Maybe
I don't think so.
If we got to 10 and 11, I'd be like,
9 is a horrible season.
No, it is not.
It is a garbage season.
9 is more wins than we would have the previous 2 seasons.
That doesn't matter, though. Like, you have to take it into context, though. If we had the same roster, same coaching staff, 9 wins would be unbelievable. But we don't.
Yeah, I get it. I just think when you watch the product that's been on the field for the last couple years, and yes, we made some significant on sideline and on the field additions. You would hope that Drake May grows from year 1 to year 2. I get it, and I am optimistic. I just think the way people are talking is a little fucking. Let's pull back the reins here, guys. Huh? Let's watch a. Let's chill.
I have placed a significant monetary bet on 2 things.
Well, I have
made
2
bets. The Patriots over 9.5 wins. I pounded that with the house money. And then my second was Drake May top 5 MVP votes. Top 5 MVP. Finish top 5 MVP.
I bet on the Patriots to win the AFC East.
But you think Buffalo's going to win fucking 13 games, but they're going to win the
Buffalo.
AFC. So which one is it?
Buffalo's insane. Well, I just
Why would you see JPJ's rich? That's what he's trying to get.
I just threw him. I threw some money. Do you know the odds for the Patriots to win the AFC?
What is it?
I mean, if you throw a chunk of it and it happens.
What is it? Do you have it up?
No, but it's in our favor. All right, before we get out of here, though, it's gonna, like I said, let's talk some baseball, huh? The All-Star. What is it?
No, I'm saying baseball. Oh, I do have it. The Patriots to win the AFC is plus 3,000. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th best odds. They're plus behind 3, Buffalo, Baltimore, Kansas City, Cincinnati, Chargers, Houston, Denver, New England. So they're above Pittsburgh, Miami, Jacksonville, Vegas, Indianapolis, the Jets, Cleveland, and Tennessee. They have it literally directly in the middle of the AFC. Dead in the middle.
Yep. I feel like that's fair because last year they would have been down the bottom.
Division second, we have gone ahead of Miami. We are plus 400 to win the AFC East. Not crazy.
If Miami doesn't do anything this year, I think the Mike McDonald experiment is over. I already think it's over because I don't think he's a good coach.
I think he's a very good offense. He could be a great OC somewhere.
100%. He would be a great college coach.
Oh,
if you wanted to do
how many kids would go play with him recruit-wise for offensive?
100%. All right. So the starters got released a little while ago, last week.
All-Star game he's talking about.
All-Star game, yes. The MLB All-Star game. But today they released the reserves and the pitchers.
I have a gripe here with this, but go ahead.
All right. So the starters, let's start in the American League. The starters were announced earlier on. Cal Raleigh, big dumper.
Big dumper.
Seattle Mariners might win the MVP. Probably not, though, Judge. But Vladimir Guerrero of your Toronto Blue Jays, first base. Gleyber Torres, second baseman for the Tigers. Jose Ramirez, kind of a staple over as the starting all-star third baseman. He's just a tremendous player.
It's Vlad's fourth straight start.
Yeah, with the Guardians. Shortstop, a lot of people are saying that this was a snub, but Jacob Wilson, the phenomenal rookie for the Athletics, is the starter. A lot of people thought that Jeremy Pena should have been the starter. Yeah, for the Astros.
Or Bobby Witt from the Royals.
Yeah. And then when you get to the outfield, it is Aaron Judge of the Yankees. And then we got two Tigers, Riley Green and Javier Baez. The resurgence of Javier Baez. People thought he should have been out of the league.
He was in one of the worst contracts in baseball last year.
Yeah. Now he's a starting all-star. The Tigers have 3 representatives. They're the best team in the American League.
And then
and then the designated hitter is Ryan O'Hearn of the Baltimore Orioles, the lone Orioles
He'll be traded to a better
representative. Team. Yes. And then so they announced the reserves, and that is Jonathan Aranda for the Rays. We have Alex Bregman for the Boston Red Sox.
Terrible.
Byron Buxton. Wait,
he played like 9 games. Like, what are we doing here? We got to have some sort of.
He played played through May. He played the first 2 months.
The best player on the team. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve.
No, he was. It wasn't just the best player on the team. He was getting like.
He was like fourth in MVP voting.
MVP discussion.
If he played, come on.
Byron Buxton of the Twins, Jazz Chisholm of the Yankees, Alejandro Kirk of the Blue Jays, Stephen Kwan, one of my favorite non-Red Sox players, Stephen Kwan. I love that guy.
He's always starting.
He's great. Cleveland Guardians, Brandon Lau of the Rays, Jeremy Pena of the Astros, Julio Rodriguez of the Mariners, Brent Rooker, another guy I like. I would love the Red Sox to trade for. For the not the Oakland A's, the A's. They don't have a city representative anymore. They're just the A's. And Bobby Witt Jr. of the Royals. And then the pitchers, Tariq Skubal, obviously.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous how good he is. Of the Tigers, we have Hunter Brown for the Astros. We have Chris Bubic, however you say it. The Royals. We got a couple of Red Sox. We have Aroldis Chapman and Garrett Crochet. Those are both deserving. Jacob deGrom of the Rangers. Max Fried of the Yankees. He's the best pitcher in the American League. Josh Hader of the Astros. Well, yeah, but I think Fried still has like better ERA. Like Skubal's the best. Yeah. Yusei Kikuchi of the Angels.
Or a Blue Jay.
Andre Munoz of the Mariners. Shane Smith, I never heard of that guy, for the Chicago White Sox. And my man on my fantasy team, I love this guy, Brian Wu of the Seattle Mariners. So you said you had a gripe. Is that on the American League side or the National League?
Oh, it is. In general? It's just, again, it's not a huge gripe, but we're getting disrespected like we always do, but that's fine. When we're hosting, the World Series trophy at the end of the year.
You have a star. You have two All-Stars.
Yep. George Springer is better than almost every outfielder that they named to the team.
Hey, I like George Springer.
And he's 75 years old, and he's still doing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's better than Vlad this year. But and I have a gripe too. Vlad shouldn't be starting as much as I love him. And
who should be?
Aranda for the Rays.
That's fair. That's fair.
Again, we have to understand it is a little bit of a popularity contest.
Correct.
Vlad, if Vlad is literally breathing, he will probably start at first base every year for the rest of his career.
100%.
But it is what it is. I'm not going to complain that the Blue Jays get a starter up there. But.
No. And then on the National League side, the starters are Will Smith, the catcher for the Dodgers, Freddie Freeman at first base, also of the Dodgers, Ketel Marte, another one of my favorite players, Ketel Marte. Second baseman for the Diamondbacks, Manny Machado. Third baseman for the Padres, Francisco Lindor. The shortstop for the New York Mets, Ronald Acuna Jr. of the Atlanta Braves, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Kyle Tucker of the Cubs. That rounds out the outfield with Acuna. And then the DH, no surprise here, Shohei Ohtani of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yeah. The reserves, we have Pete Alonso for the Mets. We have Corbin Carroll for the Diamondbacks. Ellie De La Cruz. A lot of people thought that Ellie should be the starting shortstop instead of Lindor. But Ellie,
like a New York popularity thing.
Yeah. Ellie makes the squad as a reserve. We have Brendan Donovan of the Cardinals. We have the lone Colorado Rockies, Hunter Goodman, the catcher, makes the squad. We have Matt Olson of the Braves, Kyle Schwarber. The Red Sox should have re-signed him. The Red Sox should have re-signed him. Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies. We have Kyle Stowers for the Miami Marlins. Eugenio Suarez of the Diamondbacks. Fernando Tatis Jr. of the Padres, and one of my favorite players, young players, James Wood of the Washington Nationals. Great player. 6'8", that kid.
Animal.
Yep. And then the pitchers for the National League, we got Jason Adam of the Padres, Matthew Boyd of the Cubs, Edwin Diaz of the Mets, Mackenzie Gore of the Nationals. There was a Legends pick, and Clayton Kershaw. Well, he just got his 3,000. Yeah, I agree. But
it's
Clayton Kershaw,
this guy's 40 years old. He doesn't need a handout.
Yeah, Clayton Kershaw is on the team. They called it a legend pick. He obviously just got his 3,000 strikeout last week. The best pitcher of this generation, far and away. Tremendous baseball player. Freddie Peralta of the Brewers, Robbie Ray of the Giants, Randy Rodriguez of the Giants.
Robbie Ray won a Cy Young with the Blue Jays, by the way.
Yep. Paul Skeens of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Chris Sale.
I've heard of that guy.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I feel like he used to play for a Red Sox.
He won us a World Series. He did his job. Of the Atlanta Braves, Logan Webb of the San Francisco Giants, and rounding out, we have Zach Wheeler, who's probably been the best pitcher in the National League for like 5 straight years. Like Wheeler has been consistently probably the best pitcher in the National League the last 3 to 5 years of the Philadelphia Phillies. So those are the All-Star games. That will be happening a week from Tuesday. Which means that a week from Monday, one of my favorite events, usually the only time that I don't watch Raw live is because I watch the Home Run Derby. So maybe I have to either find someone maybe to fill in for me that week, or I just go, you know what, we'll watch the Derby on delay, damn it.
I'm very happy Vlad declined to be in it.
Yeah.
I don't want my players in that.
Yeah. Ortiz did it a couple years. He won one of them, and it definitely fucks him up in the second half. Just because I don't know why it does so much, but it definitely does. It does. But that's the All-Star game. I'm sure we'll talk more about it next week because we'll be talking and recording the day of the Home Run Derby. So we'll probably dive into the participants, see the matchups. I love the Home Run Derby.
And this will be a great little next week's show will be a nice little watch it right before the All-Star game drops. So
Exactly. And I've always loved the All-Star. I think that of all the All-Star games, and we got to get out of here in a minute, but of all the All-Star games, I think Major League Baseball is the only one that is the closest to a real game.
It's not even close, 100%.
Like it feels like you're watching a real baseball game, whereas all the other ones, it's like 200.
I mean, the NFL is legitimately flag football now. Like, it's literally a flag football.
Yeah, and then they changed what was last year? That basketball, they had like 3 different teams that played.
Yeah, and then the year before they did that thing,
or some shit.
Yeah, there's like a score cap, and it's like, what the fuck's going on?
And then like the hockey one, the final score is like 16-12.
And there's also like 6 different. They do a division team, so everybody makes the All-Star game in the NHL.
Yeah, so it's one of those things where it's like that. But baseball, to me, you're watching a 9-inning baseball game. Like you're just watching a baseball game.
And even if like I said, the gripe is like some players don't start, they're still on the team and will still play. Mm-hmm. So it's still the best players are playing, even if they don't start because it's a little bit of a popularity contest. They're still playing.
Yeah. So it just, to me, it feels like it's the only real All-Star weekend stuff that we have left. And they've tweaked the Home Run Derby over the years with the time limit now. But I actually think it's worked. I think the Home Run Derby is actually good now, like the way they do it.
Because before you could literally have it go for fucking 8 hours.
You would have one guy at the plate for 45 minutes.
If they don't get the 10 outs, they just go to 100.
Yeah, and they would be taking. You could take pitches, and it didn't matter. Like there were guys that would be hitting for 45 minutes.
Now you have to swing because you have 3 minutes.
Yeah, and they give you the timeout so you can get the 30-second break, like, and then you get the money balls that are worth. Like I just like it. It's good.
And then the last round's a minute shorter because you're not trying to kill the guys.
Yep.
Obviously,
so I like it. So we'll talk more. Yeah, we'll talk more about that next week when we record next week on the sport. Obviously, we'll be back later on this week previewing All In, Saturday night's main event, Evolution. It's going to be a lot of wrestling on the wrestling show that will be coming out on Friday. So you'll see us again this week. But as far as the sports go, next week we'll have a week's worth of college football to talk about, what we love. And
we will talk about it.
We will be talking about that, and then we'll dive into the MLB All-Star, Home Run Derby festivities and fun stuff like that. So a little bit of a shorter episode this week, but there's just not a ton going on. I know Wimbledon, Coco Gauff got upset, the number 2 overall seed on the women's side. That's a big blow. But on the men's side, we have 2 Americans that look like they might get into the semifinals. So there's potential to be Alcaraz and Sinner, which are the 2 best players in the world. They had that fabulous final at the French Open not too long ago. And then 2 Americans potentially. So that could be fun if that happens. But we'll dive into that.
Very dominant right now.
Yes. We'll dive into that next week and stuff like that. So thanks for tuning in. Make sure, CJ, before we get out of here, why don't you tell everybody real quick what else we got coming up at the Hive and what we got at the Hive, and then plug your stuff and we'll get out of here.
There's a little bit of wrestling this weekend, JPJ. Have you heard about any of that?
Yeah, it's going to be quite busy.
JPJ will be live with Mr. Josh. Josh will be wiping the crust out of his eyes at 4 a.m. his time.
Sure will.
AEW All In, Saturday afternoon here in the States. Diving right into, or going up against NXT, their premium live event, which goes right into Goldberg's retirement match against Mr. Gunter.
Yep.
And Saturday night's main event. We will be, I won't be, but I'll be in the chat. It's just you and Josh for that?
All In, I believe it's just the 2 of us. Yes, and then we have a party on Sunday for Evolution.
Oh, we have a party. Peggy making her on-screen debut. JPJ and Josh as always. Mr. Stewart making his watch-along debut as the Hive. He did some stuff with Josh before the Hive, so if you stuck around, you know about him. But they will be there. I get the weekend off. I'm not mad about that. I don't have to wear clothes, JPJ, watching the game. And guess what I'm going to be doing? Playing college football while I'm watching those shows. Something you can't do.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And don't get me wrong, I am ready for this wrestling weekend. It's going to be fabulous. Yeah. But if I was not doing this, I would have the wrestling on this monitor right here, and I would be playing college football while watching the whole time.
With no pants on, you forget to mention as well.
Correct. I would have a shirt still, but no pants.
Yeah. Or maybe neither. Who knows? Whatever.
Who knows?
But yeah, and then you can find me CGF Rights on Twitter. But yeah, and then of course we have, as always, a Substack, our weekly show. Josh's with daily streams almost at this point. Now he's back up and running. Impact and Tact just dropped 2 days ago as you're watching this.
Yep.
Yeah, Substack. We got DC's finally got his debut.
Yeah, he had MLB stuff on there, which is great. He was talking All-Star stuff as well.
We got Brendan Peggy is always on there. Josh's Katy Perry magnified. I don't even know. It's masterclass. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And then obviously we have who else? We got Stu.
Yep.
Who is going to be on the stream as we mentioned. Jamie is back with the buzz this week.
Yep.
And Ryan's dropping the sports stuff every day as well. He'll probably dive into college football as well at some point.
He is. I think he's doing a Road to Glory series for the Hive. So
there we go.
He's going to be doing a Road to Glory. I think I'll be doing a Dynasty thing for the Hive.
With the University of the Hive.
With the Hive University, correct. And then obviously if you follow me over here at JPJ Loves Gaming, I'll be on my own channel. We'll start this week with college football coming out. We're going to start streaming a lot more consistently moving forward. I got some nice upgrades to the stream, some new graphics, so it looks a little cleaner and prettier. Nice, like a little what do they call it? Makeover of sorts. Okay. So I'm very much looking forward to that. So it should be a good time. So CJ and I will see you guys later on this week for our Pick-a-Palooza
it'll be a long
preview show. For all of the crazy wrestling that's happening next weekend. But enjoy the week, and we'll be seeing you guys in just a few days. So appreciate you. Give us all a follow. Support the Hive. Thank you for tuning into the Swarm, and we will see you guys real soon. Peace out.